I want to hear you, the people of TG, in any of your games, who has been the biggest ever witnessed. OP. I present to you Legbeard. Female. Fat. Never shaved. You know that old thread where the chick posted that she didn't change her pad or panties during her period? She did that.
Oh, see, that's gagging material.
Stank. Like, made me vomit smell. Lived in her parents' garage apartment. That apartment didn't even have drywall. Kept 4 dogs that were rescues. Reed, pulled off the street.
Jesus.
Never took them to see a vet, ever. Never bothered to train them. Just let them on the floor. Also, no aircon. Furry. Wanted my help building her 9 tails fur suit.
Why is it not shocking? Why is it never shocking when it comes to fur?
Lesbian. Despite being a kissless virgin. Never held a job for more than a month. Spent all her time writing
I believe
yawa?
is
Weeb?
gay porn or something.
I don't know. Yawa / fan fiction.
Hold on. Let's get in guard. Go.
Yes, that was most certainly gay porn right there. Right there. Yeah.
Mostly Naruto Harry Potter crossover. Demanded we play RPGs 5 days a week, 9 to 12 hours at a time. Would attempt to pout, cry and bitch whenever games didn't pander to her or anything didn't go her way. She was already part of the group when I joined. After a week I said, "Hey guys, maybe we kick her out? She's not exactly the most healthy person to be around." I have no idea why they tolerated her for so long. Someone here can probably one-up this one though.
I don't know.
That sounds pretty...
That's pretty bad. Like,
yeah.
However, one thing I have noticed is it doesn't matter, male or female, a neckbeard, it's always a sense of entitlement.
Always.
The
Always.
sense of entitlement is a defining trait of a neckbeard and zero self-awareness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let us know what you think the defining trait of a neckbeard is down below.
Owns a channel called Neckbeardia. The people I hate the most is the power gaming munchkin, which I happen to have in my main group, unfortunately. I could live with the fact that he doesn't give a shit about the game world and just wants to kill and loot shit, but the bastard gets angry at others for how they decided to play, even if it doesn't affect him. Has a high ego because his min-maxing throws the game balance off for the rest of the party, so he just stomps things all the time, and worst of all, abuses game mechanics and rules only to call other people metagamers.
Oh, don't even pull that stuff.
And when somebody has a genuine reason to be upset at something, he tries to downplay it and claims he has an issue also, even though he was doing just fine the entire game.
People like that need to get... What's that SpongeBob meme? That's it, yeah.
Join new group as the GM. Their last one left them. That was a red flag, but I was looking for a group, and at least they weren't local game store troglodytes. Start off a fairly generic adventure to try and take the group's pulse, as it were. Drop several different possible initial quests, since I'm not sure which one they'd be more interested in. An argument breaks out as to which one they should go after. Barden, one of the players, drops his pants, whips his dick out onto the table, and says that since he has the biggest pecker, his term, they're all going to follow his route.
Wait, this guy's f***ing beast? What are you talking about?
This does ironically settle the argument, as I tell them I'm not fucking playing with that level of pervert, and they can have their own game without me.
I don't know, like...
First game, session 0, whips dick out and slams it on table. Me, I big, we play me!
Yeah, honestly, I think that's more funny than anything, to be honest with you. I think that's funny as fuck.
Massive ham beast, who also despises me and is being passive aggressive to me the whole fucking time. She plays occasionally, but has no interest at all in anything, including her own children.
What?
Smells like cat piss. Sourdough bitch refuses to be in character the entire fucking session. Plays on PSP and is a giant.
Wait, what year was this?
I don't know, playing on PSP. Keeps demanding to do everything she wants to do in-game on risk of forcing my friend to sleep on the couch.
Oh wait, is this
like his friend's like wife or girlfriend or something?
Jesus.
This is in front of all of his friends too, so fuck this bitch. The party consists of 5 people, including me, being unintentionally swept into the game. She has a standard terrible Seth Roth, Gary Stew character.
I'm going to assume it's just anime then.
Yeah. Everyone else has good characters, so I really don't mind. I have never been wrong my entire life, and everyone else agrees on that. What?
Okay, well.
Literally berating when she has a bad role, or she says she can't do something absolutely retarded. Which is all the time, of course. She starts shipping both our characters together. Woo.
Wait, what?
Blatant fetish. Encouraging pooping crystals. Poop crystals.
What are they?
I don't know. I don't want to know. No.
Is it just fiber?
She laughs her ass off. I begin shitting my ass off. Pell, god of the volcano, has claimed my rectum. Can't argue with that. Though her expression doesn't lighten. Yes, I'm done. Was confused as no space ghosts. Even if they searched oats to coast. Know what I mean? What? Some poor innocent sap asking a normal question. Whisk away instantly in the tide. Landwheel politely requests that he take her greasy little gnome chode and jam it up the physical ass of Mr. My face when.
What was that post?
I don't know what that was about. That was a fucking roller coaster ride,
I
that.
have no idea what them last few guys
I have
were
no
about
idea.
at all. If you could let us know in the comments down below, that would be
Decipher?
great. Please decipher for us, because I think we kind of lost it there, but good post. 10 out of 10.
Be part of group for a couple of years. Really enjoying the game. Decide to run something to give regular DM a break. Every session bitches about calls, tries to backseat DM by sending me texts, goes against the rest of the party and tries to make enemies of every potential ally. Sulks for days after, but keeps coming back. Like, if they don't like it that much, just fucking leave.
No, but the guy was trying to do something nice.
Nice?
'Cause, like, it is very hard to find a DM replacement.
Yeah.
If you don't have a DM, you're just not playing the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone got to be a DM, and like, not everyone enjoys it. So
Yeah.
if someone gives you the chance to, why get on? I don't know. Like, whatever, you know.
Stupid fucking fur. Wanted to make a monk barbarian in 3.5. Minimax to hell. Wanted to wave LA because monster hit dice are basically dead weight. Asked to explain his origins of his level 14 character he wanted to play, and he says, he just doing what he does out in the desert.
What?
Acts like a huge when that idea is shot down. Proceeds to make an entire snowflake fur world where his Mary Sue original characters all start at level 20 and have millions of gold worth of magic items, yet just sits around in a basement all day and runs a faux adventure guild. Sort of bullshit. What?
Furries, like, just, no.
Has level 40 world ending big bad evil guy with millions of gold of magic items and 7 contingent castings of wish if he is morally wounded and is a vampire lord. What? But his Mary Sues don't go and fight it because that's the job for the hero, the actual PCs. Never sees anything wrong with this. All of his original characters sound like he does, with slang and memes and generally shitty dialogue to be edgy and cool. He ropes a 16-year-old furry to playing it for erotic roleplay and grooming purposes before going over to the guy's address to have sex.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
This is why we don't trust furries.
Like, that, okay, well, I'll take a bit of time at the end. Like, you know, gee, okay, you know, okay, like, he's a bit of a cringe or, you know, whatever.
Also a pedophile.
Okay, next post, I guess. Jesus.
Currently sitting outside of my gym waiting for the rush to die down a bit, so I figure I may as well introduce the story of Tiny. B19. Moved from Texas to North Georgia. Find local game stores since an area. Places next to a Hobby Lobby and across the street from a Pizza Hut I work at. First day of going in, see War Machine boxes. 8th edition had just came out a few months earlier, and I wasn't a fan, so I decided to give War Mahordes a try. Pick up a starter box for Mark III of Khador. As I'm walking out of the store, this god-awful smell strikes me. So bad I literally gag as it's a mix of rot and burned rubber. I see this man wearing a tie-dye t-shirt with his fat face on it. Wait, with his own fat face on it?
What was it, like Steve-O?
This is you wearing your merch.
Yeah, I only wear it whenever there's no washing. Right? When you got into like t-shirts, okay.
Literally doing the based face, but with long greasy hair. Stops me as I'm trying to leave. What does that mean? Huck huck?
Hook up. My Huckleberry.
My 3 Denny's will crush your Cadorians. Okay. Come back a week later. 2 warjacks painted and based. Caster assembled. Nobody there to teach me how to play. I asked the store manager if he knows when people usually come in to play. Before I go on, I want to make it clear I was not aware that Wormhordes was dead and dying at this point. That smell. Standing up, the man from the other day introduces himself as Tiny. Look at the store manager to see if this is some sort of joke. Tiny is basically an unpaid employee here who teaches people new games. Alarm bells going off.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you know what that is.
Before I can escape the second coming of Luke, champion of Nurgle.
Next time we go, we did a video on it in text speech. Pretty good, we might lead it.
I am sat down at this table that is covered with cardboard terrain. Tiny pulls out 2 plague marines covered in black primer. Denigra? Suddenly his comment from earlier clicks in my head. Using a plague marine, a quarter and a Bart Simpson's figure, he explains to me the rules of War Machine.
Right, before we go any further, I've came across people that use very unorthodox, very unorthodox King's As models. I will say, I was at a tournament once years ago, and this is whenever drop pods were the big meta in 40k, and I don't know if they still are because I don't really play 40k anymore. But the guy locked up with tins of Coke to use as drop pods in a tournament.
Well, look.
So a Bart Simpson doesn't sound all too bad, to be honest with you. Yeah, you know, fuck what. Look, as long as it works. The only problem was the guy started drinking the tins of Coke, so he did. But that's a story for another time, so it is.
All the while, I'm gagging and constantly trying to scoot my chair farther back from the table to avoid the smell. I make up a story about having to leave, right as he pulls some BS where all of his guys lurch halfway across the board so that Bart Simpson is ripping my warcaster from behind. Get up and leave. Never come back to the store. Fast forward a few years. Move to a coastal town for work and I have my own place. Get tired of the local games workshop after painting 2 Necromunda gangs. I can't find a game.
Yeah, not many people play
Yeah.
Necromunda. It's a shame because it's a really good game.
Decide to try this game store up north in the town to see what they have. Oh whoa, you guys play War Machine? Joke around with the guy at the counter a bit about the last friendly local game store having an off-putting non-game workshop community. Oh come on, it can't be that bad. Mention Tiny. The dad of the store owner looks over and laughs. The guy behind the counter who has a kick-ass name goes, yeah, he is sort of infamous in the War Machine community for not bathing to distract his opponents from matches. TLDR, he is why I don't play War Machine.
Oh my god. Honestly, sometimes I do think that's a thing though, with people like actively choosing just not to shower. Like, you know, tell me.
I think it's a life decision at some point.
Like, what's that meme? What's that meme? It's like, oh, new models, £300, and then it's like, deodorant $1. It's like, oh, the treasury could not afford such expenses.
Psst. Hey, lean in closer. This is fucking ASMR channel now. You know what's pretty fucking based? Titties. Go see titties. Lots of titties. All the titties. Go over to the website, check out all the models. You guys know the score. We have some really nice looking models over there. And we have a lot of...
It's sci-fi gothic?
Yeah.
Let's call them sci-fi gothic.
And if models isn't your shit, we have loads of subclasses and we keep adding them every other week or so. We add a lot.
We got a lot.
Look, we've got big brains. We add shit. But yes, go over to the website, check out everything. If you haven't subscribed, what the fuck you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and let's get back to the video. I've told TG of my group from my late teen years, the mid-90s before. We were all some flavour of that guy. I'll just talk about 2, Ken the Furry and Joe the Giant. Joe the Giant was a dude that always played either giant Amazon women or video game characters. He also made a terrible homebrew that he'd whine at the DM to use until the DM allowed it. He probably had the tism because, in addition to his obsessions, he rocked all the time. What?
Yeah, like moving. Like
Oh, right.
Twitchy, like a twitchy
I just
McGee.
thought like he was a metalhead, like he rocked all the time.
No, that's like you know, Twitchy McTwitcherson. Or Fiddly McFiddleson.
Thanks for calling me out like that.
Well, you do fiddle, like, go for it.
And since he was a big dude, he wrecked whatever furniture he sat on.
Like, how big is he?
How big is he?
Like, he has to be ginormous
Yeah.
to that furniture.
Well, he's
like,
called Joe the Giant, so he must be absolutely huge.
was he like 8 foot and weighed
Was he
like
like
40 stone?
Okay, so Ken the Furry. Ken the Furry was a fat that would shave his face, but not his neck.
Oh no.
This was before the internet was really a thing, so none of us really knew what a furry was. He always tried playing his fursona, a giant blue dog that pissed acid. Darbra. He always rolled his dice by making the jerk-off motion and making a face like he's jizzing his dice everywhere.
You asked me that can't be funny.
Don't forget this is the 90s,
Yeah.
where that type of humour was peak.
Yeah, that was a lot funnier back then.
Yeah,
Like,
peak. Like, there's a reason Adam Sandler movies were massive in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. So look, maybe we're judging this from the wrong perspective.
Yeah. He seemed to subsist on Mountain Dew, generic cheese balls, and Taco Bell, and would wipe his greasy mitts in whatever was handy. His spot on the couch had crusty orange streaks on it. Ken liked to make magic items in games, mostly involving shoving something up an asshole. What? He made butt beads of force, which when thrown would lodge themselves up a target's ass and then expand. Another creation was the butt blade, which was a sword that could be concealed up your ass, and its magic allowed you to draw it instantly.
Mate, that's a prison shank. That's a prison shank if I've ever heard of one.
But Ken's most infamous creation was the furry butt bead. Oh, fairy butt beads. I know, I'm Irish. I say furry and fairy sounds exactly the same. It's not what you think. These are not butt beads for fairies. These are living fairies used as butt beads. Oh god,
my
pure little
God.
creatures.
Okay, what is it? Why
No.
do they have to touch
No.
really small? Think of the witch children.
He came to the idea because another PC, a giant Amazon woman, never could get laid because she was bigger than everyone we met. He took some fairies he and a third PC had captured to enslave, tied them to a string, and presented them to the giant Amazon woman as a sex toy. Joe, being just as degenerate, accepted them and then roleplayed jamming, wiggling fairies up his character's ass. So Ken the Furry give Joe the giant furry butt beads.
That I have no words to describe.
That
quite a crossover though. I must
Yeah.
say, quite a crossover.
Next post.
Yeah, next post, guys.
Teehee macaroni is the bane of my fucking existence. Every fucking campaign that my GM runs, inevitably at some point, involves running into an NPC named Teehee Macaroni, who the GM affectionately describes as an epic level sorcerer who's also a retarded nudist gnome.
Why is it always gnomes? You know, this could be funny, you never know.
Right.
But you know, find out it's not, it's going to be just horrible. But I think this has got a
The
funny
GM
balance.
thinks it's fucking hilarious
Yeah,
though.
he thinks it's funny.
Teehee Macaroni wanders the countryside with a unique rod of wonders powered by retarded magic shoved up his anus.
Why do they have to put
Why
it
is
up
it
the bum?
always up the butt?
Why is it up the bum?
And he casts the rod of wonders by diddling his penis. Oh, he says nothing but his own name in different inflections, and the phrase I like it the good berry, gimme the good berry." The GM thinks it's hilarious to have this character show up during the middle of encounters we're struggling at and start jerking off magic everywhere.
Okay, maybe once or twice, but I don't know if this is every time.
Yeah. But the worst part is his chant. He wanders around chanting his name. So when he's about to show up, the GM will start low. Tee-hee-hee, macaroni, macaroni. Tee-hee. Macaroni, macaroni. And then get louder and louder until he's fucking shouting, Tee-hee-hee, macaroni, macaroni. And the table...
I think this is funny, to be honest with you.
And the table loves it. The other guys I play with think it's the best yet. Tee-hee-hee macaroni has been our table's de facto inside joke, our signature running gag for 6 years now. When that chant starts up, everyone else joins in like a ritual. The whole table is expected to start chanting tee-hee-hee macaroni macaroni by the end. And every fucking time I refuse because this is some embarrassing circa 2002 Penguin of Doom shit. It's always the same thing. There goes Anon again. No fun allowed around Anon. Anon's just a big grouch who's getting angry because we're making him touch Tee-hee-hee's macaroni's penis again. But why won't you just let us have fun with this character? He's just here for dumb fun. You stick in the mud. These motherfuckers are all over 25 years old. Tee-hee-hee macaroni is going to be the death of me.
Well, the thing is, me and Megan are both 26. And I think this is pretty funny, to be honest with you.
I know you find it funny.
I think maybe not all the time. Maybe if we only did it like once every now and again. But this is actually pretty... let us know what you think. Is this cringe? I think it's kind of fun, to be honest with you.
Trying to get my younger brother into 40k. He likes the setting and the models, but is a little skeptical of going to the local game store to play. I really struggle with local game store there.
I don't know. It's not really a thing for us.
I know.
We never abbreviate it like that.
No,
We just call it by the name.
Are you going to the Wargame Centre?
Yeah, that's pretty much what we call it.
I assured him all the regulars are cool and it won't be a big deal. I make 2 armies, Orcs for me and Imperial Guard for him. These aren't power lists or anything, just a decent variety to get him used to the game. I take him down to the local game store and into one of the side rooms with a table and terrain. We set up and start playing. He's picking up the game quickly. Seems to be enjoying himself and having a good time. People at this local game store are generally friendly and sometimes people will hang out and spectate your game and chat, etc. It's the same as our one.
Yeah, it's the same thing, so it is, yeah.
Someone opens the door to do just that, but an ungodly stench wafts in as soon as he steps into the room. Yellow teeth, soda-stained lips, greasy matted hair, dandruff all down the front of his shirt, acne, just a straight up nurgle. Nurgling. The look on my poor brother's face. The creature waddles into the room and looks over the table, unaware of how offensive his presence was. He looks me in the eye and says with a thick lisp, "What?
My Space Marines
Oh,
could totally put in your oar."
My Space Marines could totally pin your oars. We both just stare at him. Thankfully he gets the message and leaves. We finish up our game, but my brother is far less enthusiastic now, just goes through the motions. I take him home and he never mentions 40k to me ever again. The face when... The really weird part is that I had never seen that guy in the store before. I never saw him again. The damage he did was irreparable though.
That's kind of sad, to be
I
honest
know.
with you, because,
Putting the fell off 40k.
Altogether, because it is a fun game. Now, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong,
especially if he's like trying to get his younger brother into it.
If,
You know,
it all depends on the type of people you playing with, though, when it comes to 40k. 'Cause
Yeah.
40k is a lot more. There's a lot more meta-orientated stuff, but look, what can you do?
Yeah. Be part of a shitty sci-fi forum a few years back. Get into Skype call with people from it. Dude from the site turns up. He plays a weird, rapey, hermaphroditic alien. He gets other characters to impregnate it and then gets its children to murder other characters.
Wait, we did a video on this.
I'm pretty sure...
Oh, it was I'll link it down below.
Yeah.
Remember the Smeg monster?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this might be the same
Could it be the same one?
He is apparently friends with a site admin. I don't like him much for obvious reasons. He starts sending pictures of himself in a dress to everyone in the call. Wants to talk fashion.
Okay.
No idea if he's trans or a cross-dresser, but there's no way in hell I'm going to be sitting around talking dresses with him. I tell him that modern styles are boring and that we would be talking about gambesons and what sort of fleur-de-lis we put on our banners. He gets pissed. Keep talking about my helmet plumes and how I keep my cuirass shined. He goes ballistic, starts cussing me out. Leaves the call and block him. Day afterwards he is banned from the site. Find out that he went ballistic, threatening to kill everyone in the chat and then spamming a bunch of gore pics.
Very mentally unhinged.
Very mentally unhinged. It's not the same story we
different.
done, but we did do a story very similar to it.
It's very
where
similar.
like the aliens impregnating it.
Go watch it.
Go watch it
after this video. It's worth checking out if you haven't already.
Yeah. People that always feel they need to be the leader. Ain't much of a story, but here it comes. Playing V20. The person in question was a typical nerd chick. loved Harry Potter, Overwatch, and Black Butler, etc. If a player acted in a way she disapproved of, was violent, said something she thought was wrong, she would bitch at them, whenever her character was in the scene or not. Whenever the courtier would get a call from our sponsor, she would demand to be the one to answer the call, or just roll to snatch the phone out of our hands. The courtier ends up getting a book from the prince that contained the names of all the kindred of the city as a reward for completing a mission. When her boyfriend claims it, she tries to snatch it from him, fails, whines at him for a few minutes, and then just pickpockets it from his character later, says he was not worthy of it, and proceeds to keep the book hidden from the rest of the courtier for the duration of the chronicle. Wasn't a nightmare, but pretty damn annoying. I can see why it would be annoying.
More annoying than anything.
It's more the fact, like, I imagine her being one of those people, if she talks at the table, everybody collectively sighs and rolls their eyes.
No, everyone has to be silent and listen to everything that I say, because I be the most important person in the room.
Yeah.
So you
have to listen to me. Yeah.
You know, like we said it in the last one, the prime, like, you know, one of the core features of any neckbeard, or in this case, legbeard, is that level of self-entitlement.
Self-entitlement and narcissism.
Yeah, it's most definitely a
They
common trait
in
among
neckbeards
and
legbeards.
You know,
Yeah.
same thing, just you know.
Have a fairly good group set up from various work acquaintances. DM is an almost comical neckbeard stereotype. Overweight, foul-smelling, and poorly groomed. His smell isn't overpowering, but it's fucking weird. Like someone fucked a washed up whale carcass until it exploded.
Have you ever seen them videos where they explode? It's vile. Ugh.
Then gathered up the chunks and started over again. Oh god. However, the spacious apartment we played at, plus people being a bit spineless, meant we just accepted it, and hoped everyone else would snap first. While normally this is where I'd make something up about his horrible fetishes or power trips. It's just a bog standard group in a bog standard campaign. Hardly Shakespeare, but it's serviceable. Problems start arising with the snack etiquette of all things. Motherfucker never brings any. It's a small thing, but it annoys everyone. And due to aforementioned spinelessness, it just builds up.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't mind if the DM doesn't bring anything.
Yeah, because he's actually running the...
Yeah, like, you know, if the DM doesn't bring anything, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but it's just etiquette. People bring snacks to a game.
It is.
Even if it's just like a bag of crisps or a share bar of chocolate or something.
Let me tell you guys, now there's this fella that I used to know, right? And prime neckbeard. I'm not going to say his name for obvious reasons, but so we all decide to go to the zoo one day. This would have been years ago. This is like, we're talking 10 years easy now. So like 2011 or so. So we all said, like, come on, we're going to go up. One of my mates just passed his driving test. So we go up to Belfast. We go to the zoo and say, like, come on, we'll all just bring something to eat for lunch or whatever. Sounds good. And everyone brings, like, you know, sandwiches, crisps, whatever. And this fella locks up with one orange for everyone. And the thing is, Megan knows exactly who he is. Yes, I can't say the name of the person for obvious reasons, but one fucking orange each is not adequate, okay? And it was one of those ones we took the piss out of him for months over this. But yeah, one orange each. The fuck is wrong with you?
The moment we were all waiting for finally came, when he managed to polish off half the arrayed food in under 20 minutes by himself.
Oh, no, you don't...
He brings nothing and eats it all? Okay. Guy who owns the apartment finally loses his shit, rants about his hygiene and smell, then demands he replace the snacks or fuck off. DM says he's good for it and waddles off. Then 5 minutes later comes back. So I don't actually have that much money? Oh, fucking course he doesn't. But I can pay you back next time. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Oh, fucking.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fucking course he can. No, seriously, I only need about $3.50. Guy who owns the apartment dives up, and the DM waddles off as fast as his multiple claws could carry him. Well, at this point, I noticed our DM was actually an 8-story tall crustacean from the Cambrian area. Of course he took the money and ran. And since nobody wanted the DM, the group fell apart.
I really like the idea that he is actually a giant crowd.
Joins the campaign as a barbarian. Spouts memes in character.
Now, I feel personally
attacked by this
one.
Murder hobos to high hell and barrels through the campaign world like a steamroller. No regard for plot hooks, the story, or even why he is there. Eventually DM throws literally Satan in front of the party in a non-hostile encounter as sort of a retarded player litmus test. Barbarian insults Lucifer, the Prince of Darkness, to his face, gets hit with the Annihilation Ray and instantly gets disintegrated. Hey, that's not fair, I want another go! Uses his hero points to give himself a do-over. Nearly gets himself disintegrated again immediately.
Why?
I should really stop playing 5e. It ends up attracting the worst people. Friend from old shitty 3.5 edition campaign. Different long story. Invites me to 5e game. Midgard. Sounds like some good shit. Make a vampire sorcerer. Party consists of orc barbarian. Friend. Human warrior. Forgotten. Winnie the Pooh. The bearfolk bard. Winnie. And the cleric that joins later. Also not important until later. Party starts out in whole post bar fight. Fight some spider people and then some spider swarms. Winnie uses speak with animals to persuade spiders. It fucking works. And Winnie now has a small spider army on his body. What the fuck? No, it should be Winnie the fuck.jpg.
Yeah, it should be.
Do some questioning. End up at tree. Winnie has a random ass stone and stabs it into the tree. Entire party gets cursed and now covered in branches. NPC comes by after we realise we need to rid ourselves of this curse. Has a bunch of captured werewolves. Winnie rolls a natural 18 with advantage. Wait, DM, why does he have advantage? Oh, Winnie has these cool looking glasses that look like the ones Squirtle had from Pokemon. Okay, cool. Maybe we can get meme magic items like that. Never see another item like it ever again. Find an airship. Fight skelly boys in the ship. One skeleton sits there. Winnie takes a bone from it.
Is this a crossover?
It sounds like a crossover.
Is this a crossover with All Skeleton Party now?
Winnie takes a bone from it, speaks to it, and it responds in riddles. Okay, whatever. Wizard who owns the airship appears, and is genuinely funny. Mentions potions that we can't have unless we get a unicorn horn. Winnie effectively derails the campaign for those fucking potions. Later, his dog gets killed because Friend was being a dick. Friend dies, and immediately werewolf owner NPC appears and gives him pet werewolf with dog's memories. Party goes to arena, and after killing the attractions, the boss comes up to us. Party. Winnie turns into Disneyland in 4 rolls. We go back in time and find out some people took a part of the tree. Winnie takes the branch, misplacing it for 10,000 years.
What?
After we fight a golem, 2 party members need greater restoration potions. We finally get a unicorn horn. I hold on to it because they most likely sell well. Winnie wants it. Fuck that, no. I want to use my forked tongue. Roll a wisdom save. I feel. You feel as if he's right. You should give him the horn. Give it to him. My character cannot tell that he is actually being magically compelled. It only makes sense that I do this action that I wouldn't normally do, so I'm not able to retaliate. GM gloats about how Winnie's player always tries to exercise control over the players. Planning vengeance right now.
Yeah.
Winnie takes the unicorn horn to get the potions. Turns out he can't open it. Wizard lied to him. Fuck yeah. We go to Disneyland. We wait near the world tree, the one Winnie stole the branch from, to restore the branch so I can get uncursed. Friend's new character was not cursed. Winnie demands info on where the gold earnings for Disneyland are, and when manager doesn't tell him, the bear folk straight breaks his neck. Fuck. Mind you, he is neutral good. Ends up stuck in pit. Friend and I find him. He won't give up the branch for some odd reason. Fuck this. We kill him. DM states we are now evil for killing such a good character.
What?
Cleric casts Inanimate Undead. I'm so glad you did that, says the DM in an elated tone. Wait, why? Winnie comes back as a demigod, hits me with a min-max 5th spell, and one-shots me. DM quite literally says, get fucked.
Oh my god.
Friend gets choke-slammed and we have to roll up new characters. Winnie comes back with more health, undead bonuses, and necromancy spells. I should have left sooner, but I want to see this shit show through and make sure that these idiots stay in 5th edition.
Honestly, that's just, yeah, you're right, be honest with you. Sometimes you do want to just see how
How it goes out, yeah.
Like,